श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। भूषारत्नं भुवनवलयस्याखिलाश्चर्यरत्नं लीलारत्नं जलदिदुतिर्देवतामौलिरत्नं चिन्तारत्नं जगति भजतां सत्सरोजद्युरत्नं कौसल्याया लसतु मम हृन्मण्डले पुत्ररत्नं कल्याणानां निधानं कलिमलमथनं पावनं पावनानां पाथेयं यन्मुमुक्षोः सपदि परपदप्राप्तये प्रोच्यमानं विश्रामस्थानमेकं कविवरवचसां जीवनं सज्जनानां बीजं धर्मद्रुमस्य प्रभवतु भवतां भूतये रामनाम महाव्याकरणाम्बोधिमन्थमानसमन्दरं कवयन्तं रामकीर्त्या हनूमन्तमुपास्महे सूक्तिरत्नाकरे रम्ये मूलरामायणार्णवे विहरन्तो महीयां सः प्रियन्तां गुरवो मम। श्री सत्यात्मतीर्थगुरुभ्यो नमः। यैरहं शुकवत् सम्यक् शिक्षितोऽस्मि कृपालुभिः तान् वन्दे गुत्तलाचार्यान् सदा विद्यागुरून् मम। मम स्वामी हरिर्नित्यं सर्वस्य पतिरेव च इति ध्येयः सर्वदैव भगवान् विष्णुरव्ययः। इदं ज्ञानं हरेः पूजा हरेरेवोदितं सदा हर्यधीनं च सर्वत्रेत्येवं न्यासो हरौ स्मृतः। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। There is a prayer in the Taittiriya Upanishad which goes like Yashojane Sani Swaha Shreyan Vasyasyo Sani Swaha. This is exactly the feeling. This reflects the feelings of every aspirant, every person, that he wants to attain perfection. He wants to become a successful person. But what is the means for this success? Success is not available in the market. It is not free. So you need to be eligible to gain success. So to gain that eligibility, you need to acquire good qualities. So that brings us to the concept of the Rama Gunas. Right? So Rama Gunanubhavam is about acquiring the auspicious qualities or the qualities or the eligibilities that would make us successful. What we acquire in our childhood is very important because the child is the father of the man. The child is the father of the man. How? See, the child, whatever he receives in the childhood, he is going to shape as an adult in the same manner. Therefore, the impressions that child receives in his childhood are very, very important. You could have seen that the child which has had the fortune of listening to the tales of wisdom, attending programs like this and knowing about the gunas of Lord Sri Rama, definitely the good qualities of Sri Rama would have got an impression in the mind of the little child, and he would become a great person when he grows up. And also, there is a feeling of great ecstasy when we share these gunas to the others. We would have fulfilled our role in this society, because when we share, when we talk about the gunas of Lord Sri Rama, when the children would hear about this, about Sri Rama's greatness, his Tyaga Guna, and we have seen all the auspicious gunas here. And I am fortunate, I am almost to the end of the big list of the gunas. I suppose last but one, right? Last but two, okay. So, yeah, according to the count also, this is the 14th guna that I am going to talk about today. So this is about creating that impression in the mind, the samskara. The stronger the samskara, the better qualified we are going to be. Therefore, we need to imbibe these gunas. Therefore, listen to these gunas, listen to these great granthas, great scriptures, and acquire those, try to emulate those gunas in our daily life. And we are lucky that Sage Valmiki has taken so much pain to present the entire concept of Lord Sri Rama before us. It is very complex because, as you have listened to the lectures of the previous speakers, Duravagaha Gambhira Swabhavani Mahatam Chiritani. A lot of contradictions, mutual contradictions are visible in such people's lives. But we need to be very careful, and we need to take the help of the acharyas. And Valmiki has done us a great service, like the king Bhagirath. He has given you the Ganges. All you need to do is to use that water and give tarpana. Right? That is your job. So, talking about Rama in Ramayana, you can look at Rama in various angles. As a historical figure, in Valmiki's view, the hero of the Ramayana epic, and in the view of the Shastras, he is the Sakala Kalyana Guna Paripurna. And then in the eyes of the Acharyas, he is the Preshta Preshtatama. He is the dearest of all the dearest people. And in the eyes of little children, Rama is the princess. And then they like the story of the monsters, the monkeys. And it's a great story to listen and to see and watch. And the devotees like Hanuman, Rama is the greatest of the masters. He's a Swami. So this is the kind of range which we see. And in the eyes of Ravana, Rama is the Yama himself. So this is the varied presentation of Rama from different viewpoints. So in essence, what is Rama? He is the embodiment of all virtues, we say. Acharya, Srikanta Acharya has mentioned this, the Gunavan. So when you split these two things, that Van represents the possessiveness, that is, he owns that guna. But actually, Rama is that guna. There is an absolute identity between these two gunas, no difference at all. He is the guni and he is also the guna. This is the speciality of Lord Rama. Somehow, you should manage the grammar there. He is the guni and he is also the guna. And the grammar should be managed by way of accepting a subject, a concept called Vishesha, that Sri Madhvacharya has shown. So there is no difference. There is no vikara to the Lord. Yo bhago na vikari syat, sayeva asmakam ishvara. Who is Rama? Rama is that person who has no vikara. So he is an absolute entity. He is the guna himself. And he is also the guni. Therefore, we have to understand the Lord Rama's character as Jnanananda, Swatantra, Vishwaishwaryadayo Gunaha. Atraigunyasya cha aganyaha sarve gatri bhavantihi. They are all embodied and present themselves as Sri Rama. Sri Rama is unique because he has undergone the test. See, when you are happy, as Madam has told, Jitakrodha, when you are in the traffic and you are very much agitated, then you behave differently. And when you finally reach a temple, your complexion would be different. People would be surprised. Is he the same person or not? Right? We become the demons. But Rama has endured the test, the litmus test, and he has proven that in all circumstances, against or for, he is the same Kalyana Guna. He has not allowed the situations to overcome him. So that is the speciality of Lord Sri Rama. So you have heard about how the Valmiki Ramayana has started with the questions of the Guna, which I am not going to get into because it's already covered. But to just give you a cue, because of the Guna that is the Dyutiman, which I have been asked to talk about. Atmavan kaha jitakrodaha, Dyutiman ko anasuya kaha. Here, the Dyutiman is the aspect that is being asked up. So Valmiki has demonstrated this, and the poet says, Shubha Matanutapadyam Sadhu Ramayanakyam Madhumaya Bhanatina Margadarshi Maharshi. Valmiki's poem is so sweet, Madhumaya Bhanatinam Margadarshi, and he has taken up this Dyutiman as a model guna of the 16 gunas. So when he starts saying, Niyatatma Mahaviryaha Dyutiman Dhrutiman Vashi. So what does this Dyutiman mean? So what is the etymology of this word? So Dyu stands for Deepti, or the Prakasha, or the effulgence, the radiance, the splendor, the glow, or the brightness. It also represents the power. As someone of the speakers mentioned, so the gunas slightly overlap in this case, because the Dyuti, as I see, is that splendor, and it is different from all the other gunas. See, Rama's gunas are so special that every speaker has said this, that my guna is very special. I also say this, repeat the same thing. This Dyutiman is so special because all other gunas are anumeya. And this is the Dyuti guna, which is the inference to you, which is the pointer to all the other gunas. Because for Dyuti, you don't need to be in the proximity at all. For Priyadarshana, you have to see him to realize. But for the Dyuti, you don't need to be in the proximity at all. Because at the end, I would like to give an example from the Yuddha Kanda and the later part of the Ramayana. So Dyuti in dictionaries is read as Sushama, Parama, Shobha, Kantir, Dyutihi, Chavihi. These are all the synonyms for Dyuti. So what does Dyutiman means? Then is, you can say that he is an effulgent person. Dyutiman. But what is that Dyuti? Is it some Prakrita Dyuti? It is an Aprakrita Dyuti. It is not made of Prakriti. Therefore, it is an Aprakrita Dyuti. And is it Khanda Dyuti? Because the light comes and it is suddenly stopped and again it can come then. So this is not the continuous light. But Rama, is he a discontinued light? Is it a discrete? Is it digital type of a person? No. He is continuous Dyuti. That is Akhanda Dyuti. So there is no broken Dyuti, Aparichinna Dyuti, Vyapta Dyuti. Rama's Dyuti is not limited to one place. He is everywhere. Therefore, his Dyuti is Vyapta Dyuti. And is he dependent on some other person for his Dyuti? We are dependent. These are all dependent. They need electricity, someone to switch on. Then only they will give light. But does Rama require all these things? So therefore, his Dyuti is Swatantra Dyuti, independent radiance. That is the characteristics of the Paramatma. And is this due to something else? Like if you have a crystal and you take a flower near it, the crystal becomes red. This is called as the Aupadhika Rupa. So like that, does Sri Rama have this kind of Aupadhika Dyuti? And this is said he has Swabhavika Dyuti. His Dyuti is not any kind of Aupadhika Dyuti. And similarly, in Ramayana, we can see that you can compare this. You can have Dyuti to every guna, Ananda Dyuti. So all the gunas can be converted into this Dyuti and understood. And the commentators say that Shuddhanandoru Samvid Dyuti. So Shuddha Dyuti, unmixed, uncontaminated Dyuti is that what is Sri Rama. And we can see that this Dyuti attribute of Lord Sri Rama, what does this actually convert into? When you look at the definition, Sarvalokasya Didruksha Janakaha Dehakanti Visheshaha. That means it creates a desire in the person to see the Lord. The guna that creates that desire is called Dyuti. That means you want to see him. That is why I said that this is the precursor of all the other gunas. First, you hear about him and you understand his duty. Then you would then approximate his rupa, his strength, his valor, his virya. All this can be understood. Therefore, first it creates the zeal or the desire in you to see or to realize. Therefore, sarvalokasya driksha janakaha deha kanti visheshaha atishaya prakashaha. And one more very important meaning that comes out of this duty word is sarvesham prakashakanam prakashakaha. Suryasyapi suryaha prakashakasyapi prakashaka. Jagat prakashaka adityadi kula prakashaka. He has born in the Sun dynasty. Why? Because Surya is the prakashaka of the world. And Rama wanted to prove that I am the prakashaka of this prakashaka. Only when Rama is born into the Surya dynasty, then we say that Rama is Surya Vamshajaha. Therefore, Surya got a place. He got Prakasha because of Rama. In a literary sense, also we can see that Yena Bhasa Sarvamidam Vibhati. Therefore, he is the inner core strength of Surya. He is Suryantaryami. Duty is Rama. Therefore, even in the word Rama, we can see the same meaning. Ra Ama. If you split the word Rama as Ra Ama, Ra stands Ram. That means Agni, Surya, Aditya, all these people, they are very illuminated, luminous objects. So Rama is someone who is Amati, Sarva Loka Hitartham, Prakashakatvena Prapnoti iti Ramaha. So he is the illuminator of Agni, Surya, and all these illuminating bodies. That is why he is called as Rama. So we can equate the word Rama to the meaning duty. Or you can equate the meaning duty to word Rama and word Rama to the meaning of Rama word. It is duty. Therefore, duty is Rama. Rama is duty. And we can see that this duty goes as far as the Gayatri mantra. Because Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, it talks about the same duty. And therefore, Ramayana is written in such a way that the entire Bija Akshara of the Gayatri mantra is embedded in Sri Ramayana. In all the 24,000 slokas, every 1,000 sloka, if you pick up the first letter, you will get the Gayatri mantra. There is a Gayatri Ramayana that is there available. You can search in the Google. So this is the speciality of the word Rama, which stands for the Gayatri mantra. And there are two more words which I would like to quote here. The one is the Ghranihi, that is the Surya Mandala. Ghranis Surya Aditya. So the indweller of the Surya Mandala is Rama, the Aparimita Jyoti. And one more word is the Keshi. In the Vedas you find the Keshi Sukta. So what is this Kesha? Kesha is the braid, the hair. So this is the Kesha is also the race. So the one who has the race is the Keshi. That is the sun. And the indweller of the sun, the Jyoti, is Lord Sri Rama. Therefore, the Keshi Sukta, the commentators say, Idam Drishyamanam Mandalastham Yad Jyotihi Saeva Keshi. Therefore, we can understand that Rama is Keshi. So enough of these etymological exercises. I would like to now directly jump to the second part of the lecture, that is where we find these Jyoti examples in Sri Ramayana. So again, the Ramadhyuti, which I would like to call, the Ramadhyuti is manifold in Ramayana. So you can take every kandam, you can see that you can add Dyuti, Baladhyuti. So when Rama was a very small baby, Kausalya has given birth to Rama. And Rama was born in the horoscope, it says, Ucha Samstheshu Panchasu. The 5 grahas were in their exalted position, and the sun is one of them. So definitely, Rama, by being born into the Sun dynasty, has brought happiness, santosha to the sun. Therefore, he is in the exalted state. And Kausalyananda Vardhana, he is the son of Kausalya. Kausalya Shushubhe Tena Putrena Amita Tejasa. See, Valmiki presents Rama. Rama is just born child, and Valmiki says, Putrena Amita Tejasa. So Rama has this duty the moment he is born. This shows that this duty is not something which is bought for rent. It is the duty of Rama, which is Swabhavika duty. And then other brothers are also born. And when Valmiki compares the other brothers with Rama and says, Bhratrutyopi tejo yuktaha, and is more radiant than the other brothers, because the payasam, it is also a tejas padartha. The payasam was given, and Rama is born Ardha Vishnuhu. So he has got the greater share of the payasam. Therefore, he has got more duty. And people who say Rama is ignorant, he didn't know where Sita was, this is an answer for them. Because Sarve Jnanopasampannaha Sarve Samudita Gunaihi Teshamapi Mahatejaha Ramaha Satya Parakramaha. Therefore, Yatha Aprakasho Natu Vidyate Ravu Jyotiswabhave Parameshware Tatha Vishuddha Vijnana Gane Raghuttame Avidya Katam Syat Paratah Paratmani. He cannot be ignorant. He cannot be losing Sita. And he cannot be weeping for Sita. Therefore, Rama is Purna Duti. Sri Rama's splendor is seen by Brahma with difficulty. The Ananda Ramayana quotes this. Rama is full of splendor, and even Lord Brahma, Avirasid Harif Pratyam Disham Vyapanayan Tamaha Kathanchit Drishtavan Brahma Duddarsham Akritatmanam. Even the Devas are not able to directly see the Lord. That is the kind of duty. That is why the Vedas say, Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasyapi Hitam Mukham. Pushan Apavurunu Satya Dharmaya Drishtaye. So we want to see you, but your duty is stopping us to see you. Therefore, kindly come to us. That is why Rama walked into the forest. In the Aranya Kandam, we see the example. And the sages, they see and they enjoy this vision of Rama, because now he is coming to them in a rupam which they can see, they can easily see, not unlike the 1,000 Suryas coming at the same time. Sahasra Surya Bhaha. He is not like that. He is very Saumya Kanti. He is appearing like that. So in the Balakanda itself, when Rama went to the Videha Rajya, Shamavadate Jagadeka Sare, Swananta Chandradhika Kanti Kante, Sahanuje Karmuka Bana Panau, Purim Pravishte, Tutushur Videha Jaha. So they are also happy. They felt happy to see Rama and see his radiance. And one more important thing here is his marriage with Sita. And it was the first time Sita Mata sees Rama. What did she observe? Here we find this. Tamabjanetram Prututunga Vakshasam Shamabadatam Chalakundalojwalam Shashakshatothopama Chandanokshitam Dadarsha Vidyut Vasanam Rupatmaja. So Sita notes this Deepti Guna, that Prakasha of Rama, because he is coming. But how one could get interested in Sri Rama? As we have told, Duti symbolizes that it will create the desire within you to see. So this is exactly has happened to Sita Mata. Therefore, Sita observed the Deepti of Rama. It is natural for Kanyas because Kanya varayate rupam. Therefore, she got attracted to the deepti of Lord Sri Rama. Therefore, Valmiki continues, Pragrihya panim cha rupatmajayaha raraja rajiva samana netraha. And Sita also in some other points says, Ananya raghavenaham bhaskarena prabhayatha. So if Rama is Bhaskara, I am his Prabha. Therefore, that is the way Sita presents Rama to the world. He is the Deeptiman. And he is the Purna. And when he goes to the Aranya, wearing the Valkala, he seems to be, he has taken out all the ornaments. So therefore, he is now like an ascetic, he is going to the Vanavasa. But yet, his deepti has not reduced. And this has been saved by the hermitage, the saints in the Aranya, because he is the Purna Purusha, Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnameva Vashishyate. So he enters the Vanam, and the Rishis and Munis, they see. And finally, Bharata, he comes to Rama to ask him, to persuade him to come back. Here, Rama gives his paduka. And you can observe what Valmiki says here. Kakusta padukakaram maharham mukutadvayam. So these two paduka resembled two thrones on the head of Bharata. So they are shining. Just by the touch or the sparsha of Rama's feet, even the paduka were shining. And you can think of Rama's duty. Even the padukas are shining because of the contact of Rama's feet. Sapaduke bharataha swalankrite mahojvale sampratigruhya dharmavit. It's very evident here. The paduka also has the duty which I have mentioned in the beginning. The paduka has the power to govern. That is the duty. Because the paduka was ruling the kingdom for 14 years. That is the duty of the paduka. And the greatness, duty of Rama is, he was in the exile, but he is the actual king. Bharata was in the kingdom, but he was not the king. He was just a, pratinidhi. The paduka is ruling there. And one more thing is, Rama is into the forest, and because Ayodhya is too small for him. He is the king of the universe. Therefore, just Ayodhya Rama, Ayodhya king is too little a description for Rama. So therefore, his deepti is so vast that he went into the forest, and then he has proved that his deepti is of a different kind. Therefore, and in the Aranyakanda, when the sages, they see him, Vaidehim Lakshmanam Ramam, they see all these people coming. And Rama is described as Rupa Samhananam Lakshmim Saukumaryam Suveshatam. Here the Lakshmi is the Rupa or the Deepti of Lord Sri Rama that is given here. So Rupa is the bodily shape, and Samhanana stands for the organized body. That is the body which has no dissimilarities, equally proportioned, because Lord is said to have the 32 auspicious lakshanas of a perfect person. His Swarupa is 32 lakshana, complete lakshana, deha. Therefore, he has the body with no dissimilarities. So equality is said to be the basis of beauty. Right? If you have a hand which is lengthier than the other, you don't look beautiful. So everything should be having a similarity, a synchronous body parts is required to be beautiful. Therefore, Rama is Samhananaha, Rupa Samhananam, Lakshmim, and Saukumaryam Suveshatam. And finally, into the Aranya, when he goes deeper and he fights with the demons, Rama's duty is evident here because Rama was everywhere. Rama Purastat, Paratopi Ramaha, Rama Param Dikshu Vidikshu Ramaha, Ramair Anantairiti Vishwarupo, Nignan Aratin Viraraja Ramaha. So his deepti is enough to destroy all the demons which are great in number. And in Sundara Kanda, in the Kishkinda Kanda, we see the meeting of Hanuman and Lord Sri Rama. Here, Hanuman saw Rama and he has observed his Deepti, Prakasha. It was so important for Hanuman because immediately he thought that this person who is having this kind of Deepti is bound to be my master. He is my Swami, he is Sarvasva for me because this is the Rama Duty, because he didn't even see Rama for a long time. First time he is meeting. From a distance, he has not touched Rama. But at the same time, he already decided, he already became his dasa. How can he become a dasa? Except for the duty aspect that we can see. And in Sundara Kanda, we have a beautiful description of Sita Mata saying and giving some kind of a message to Rama, some reminiscence of what happened in the previous as a secret code. That, to affirm that Hanuman has come, actually met Sita and is taking the message. So here it says the Vayasa story. Vayasena tatastena balavat klishyamanaya samaya bodhita shriman sukhasupta parantapaha. Here Sita says sukhasuptaha parantapaha. So here she speaks about the Duti Guna of Rama. And what is the beauty of the Duti Guna is, here the commentators explain, Nikhila Loka Vidita Niratishaya Saundarya Prasiddhi. So Rama is very beautiful and he has the greatest of the Deeptis. But for any person, if he is sleeping, then he is not beautiful. Only when you have some kind of movement, some kind of activity you are doing, sthana, gamana, shayanadi dashayam, rupamaniva lakshate kaschit. So when you are moving, you are dancing, you are doing activity, then you are beautiful. Even you are doing just, you are resting, then you are also beautiful. But if you are in a deep sleep state, no one would say that you are beautiful. Because it brings out the ugly part of you. Because it is similar to a dead body. Because it has no activity. And no one would like to be with you at that point of time. So it is the heya part of it. But Sita says, that is the speciality of Rama because he is the Parantapaha Shayanameva Sakala Shatru Nivartana Kshamam Suptaha Eva Prakashita Prachanna Doshataya Jugipsito Nabhavati Ayamtu Shayanavasthayameva. She feels like doing Nirajana to Rama even when he was sleeping. Rama was that beautiful. And in Yuddha Kanda, Ravana, who is Ravana? Dravana, everything he lifts. His name itself says, everything I will lift. So whatever is there, even I don't mind whoever it is, other's wife, I will take and put it in Lanka. So Lanka says Laka. Laka stands for enjoyment. And then Lankayati Anena iti Lanka. So the place or abode for enjoyment is Lanka. So Ravana wants to take everything and put in Lanka. And what happens? Ramadyuti destroys it. And Hanuman goes there and puts fire to Lanka. And we can see that the fire is nothing else but Ramadyuti, because he has put fear into the mind of Ravana. That is the Ramadyuti that he has installed into Lanka, and by which the Lanka got destroyed. So in our, what we learn from this is Ramadyuti is that fire which burns off all material attachments. So if we actually meditate upon or think upon, reflect upon this guna of Rama, we kind of reduce our materialistic dependencies. So and then Ramadyuti has created so much fear in Ravana that Ravana has 10 heads, so he has got a big headache in all his 10 heads. Saint Vadiraja says so when he says, Lankadhipo manuta yamkala ratrimiva shankashata kuladhiya tamkala dandashata sankasha karmuka sharankanvitam bhajaharim. So Lankadhipaha yam kalaratrimiva amanuta. So he looked like Yama to Ravana. And Shanka Shatakuladiya, how can I counter this person? He is one. And he is extinguishing all my army. How can I face him? So this is the duty that we find in various parts of Ramayana. And I would like to conclude by adding the last of the duties, that is the moksha duty that Rama has exhibited when he called everyone, Samayata, Samayata, Ye Moksha Padechavaha, Evam Aghoshayad Ramaha, Duteir Dikshu Samastashaha. All the different kinds of species followed him. Khaga, Mrugaha, Trunadayah, Pipilikascha Gardabhaha, Tadasuruttama Yato Nruparanastu Kimpunaha, Sadaiva Rama Bhavana. They were all chanting Rama, Rama, Rama. And because of this, Sadaiva Rama Bhavanat, they become Sutattvavedinaha. They become enlightened because Jnane Neva Parampadam. You cannot go to moksha without jnana. But how can these get jnana? Therefore, by chanting Rama, 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 they have attained this kind of enlightenment and then they went to moksha. Yato bhavanstu te yayuhu hare he tada padam. So therefore, the Rama Guna, which is the duty, is when you contemplate upon it, the provider of moksha to the aspirants. And finally, I would like to conclude by saying the personality of Rama should be established in every house so that no Sita is kidnapped and no Ravana again is born. So that is my heart's feeling, which I would like to share in Sanskrit. Madiya hridaya giridari shubhavana nadi vahati ghoshama kalayatu bhavuko yadi iha purusha Sri Ramah khalu nari Sita lasatu punargrihe grihe Rama satkatha. Madiya hridaya giridari shubhavana nadi Vahati Ghoshama Kalayatu Bhavuko Yadi. Rama took everyone to the moksha sthana. Jnanam netrabja yugmat mukhavara kamalat sarva vedartha saran tanva brahmanda bhakhyantara madhikarucha bhasayan bhasurasyaha sarva bhishta bhayecha swakaravara yugen archina madadanaha Prayad Devadideva Swapadam Abhimukas Uttarasham Vishokam, thereby granting moksha to all the aspirants, all the Rama Bhaktas. Rama has taken everyone to the moksha. So by this contemplation, by Jnana Dyuti, by the Vedartha Sarad Dyuti and the Tanu, Brahmanda Dyuti, if we worship Lord Sri Rama, if we chant the Rama Nama, we will also be able to reach the abode of the Lord. So I would like to request you to chant the name of the Rama, and I'll thank the organizers here who have given the opportunity for us to talk about Rama and chant the Rama Nama so many times. Because every Rama Guna, when you're saying, we are actually chanting all his auspicious names and all the attributes that we are contemplating. Therefore, I request all of you to finally chant one time for me, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Shri Krishna.